because individually, we're all kind of artists.
Yeah.
Like, we really value, like, putting together cohesive works. We really value putting together, like, bodies that have a cohesive sound. So, like, I feel like Upper Hand was a great introduction, but it was also kind of like everything was very just like universally palatable boppy.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
And
you want to dial in more.
I want to dial in.
I still want it to be commercial.
Absolutely. But like, I think that this is where we, like, especially on the production side, because we're keeping that individual identity and the uniqueness with like what we bring to it. But if we can also complement that more on the production side and keep it palatable, I think that's like a way to really refine who indie.tribe is as an act.
I also think like I do. So when I was talking about, you know, freedom earlier, like I don't even know fully how to put into words with that. I don't know how to verbalize that feeling. Like I'm, like even like sonically, there's certain joints that we play that just feels like it feels like freedom. Even if it's not like, you know, obviously not towing the line for towing the line's sake, but like
right.
stuff that, okay, freedom from
what other people think.
What other people think, freedom from like the idea of religion and actually being like explicitly and like obviously devoted to Jesus, to Yeshua, to his way, and free from whatever Western religion thinks is, you know what I'm saying, supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm saying, like, even talking about some of that kind of stuff, you know,
right,
and like taking it there conceptually, potentially. But I was just also saying, like, sonically, like, there's some of the joints that just gave that feeling of just like.
I just been kind of typing like words that I've been hearing y'all say: experimental, other, cutting edge, dial in, unique and palatable, accessible, freedom. I think that already it's like taking shape. You know what I mean? And I think that. I think with freedom, like, it can be, there's a lot of like facets to freedom. So is it like liberation or is it license? You know what I mean? Like, I think I like accessible better than palatable, even though palatable.
Wait, yeah, explain what's the difference. Dude?
So this is what I was thinking about when I heard it. So like, I feel like I think
because you can accessible is
you
like
can bring them up to your level. So I think
palatable is like almost like just giving you what you know you want.
Right. It's the other way. Accessible is I've brought you in to me. So I think that I think Kendrick, Cole, all the people, I think they're accessible. Not all the people, actually. Not all the people.
Yeah.
Some
Kendrick
people are
Cole.
palatable.
Just like Kendrick Cole.
Yeah. The other guy sometimes gets into palatable. But I think that their greatness, a lot of their greatness is accessible. They pulled us into this world. It's not palatable. To Pimp a Butterfly is not palatable. And to some people, they just don't like it at all. But to a lot of people who never would have listened to an album like that at all, wouldn't have sought it out. If Larry put it out, they wouldn't have listened to it, right? Love that album because of swimming pools and Single Me and Dying of Thirst.
Yeah.
It was accessible to them because it was Kendrick, and they pulled him in. He pulled them in. Not palatable, but accessible. King Kunta is accessible. Even if you don't like the album, King Kunta is accessible, brings you into Pimp a Butterfly. Not palatable. See what I'm saying? So I think that's why I'm like unique
that's a really good
and accessible.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I think we're experiencing some synchronization because as we're all listening to the production, we're all on the same wavelength of like, there were some bangers that we heard that were like, yeah, no. Like, everybody was like, no, that song absolutely would go. I heard multiple people say it. I said it. That song absolutely would go. No, we're not doing it.
Yeah.
that to me is moving away. Specifically, that was us choosing accessible over palatable. You see what I'm saying? So like, yeah, I don't know. That's what I have to offer to that discussion. It also applies to what you were saying. Like, that's what we want to do with the faith. We don't want to make the faith palatable. We want to make it accessible.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fire.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what you were just talking about.
That is what I was
when you make it
about.
palatable, then it's the other thing. When you make it accessible, then we can talk about Yeshua and we can talk about all that.
Yeah.
We can go deep.
I'm good.
We can
I'm
talk
smart.
about the parts of the Joseph story that aren't in the DreamWorks version.
Right. Yes. Access. You feel me?
Wow.
So who are we pulling in to that?